Back in 1972, the Waltons brought warmth, faith, and family values into millions of American homes. Set during the Great Depression and World War II, the series captured everyday struggles and triumphs through the eyes of the close-knit Walton family. Its heartfelt storytelling and memorable characters helped make it one of the most beloved television dramas of its era. But more than 50 years later, many fans still wonder what became of the cast. In today's video, we're taking a look at the Waltons cast then and now, and where life has taken them as of 2026. Creative, thoughtful, and full of youthful enthusiasm, John Walmsley brought a gentle charm to the role of Jason Walton, the musically gifted member of the Walton family. He was 16 years old when he joined the cast, growing alongside the character as the series explored Jason's dreams, struggles, and ambitions. Walmsley's natural warmth helped make Jason relatable to viewers throughout the show's successful run. While many fans remember him for his acting, music ultimately became an equally important part of his life. After the Waltons, he continued performing, recording, and writing songs, building a respected career as a musician. Today, John Walmsley is 70 years old and remains deeply involved in music, regularly performing and sharing new work with audiences who appreciate both his acting and songwriting talents. Sweet-natured, compassionate, and remarkably mature for her age, Mary Beth McDonough won over audiences as Erin Walton. At just 11 years old when she became part of the series, she quickly grew into one of the show's most recognizable young stars. Viewers watched Erin evolve from a spirited child into a confident young woman, making her journey one of the most rewarding storylines on the program. Away from the screen, McDonough faced significant health challenges, experiences she later discussed openly in her memoir to help others facing similar struggles. She also devoted time to advocacy and public speaking, using her platform to raise awareness about women's health issues. Currently, Mary Beth McDonough is 65 years old and continues to connect with audiences through appearances, writing, and charitable work. Energetic, adventurous, and often mischievous, Eric Scott brought plenty of personality to the role of Ben Walton, giving the character an independent streak that set him apart from his siblings. He was 14 years old when he joined the cast, becoming a familiar face to millions of viewers during the series' long run. As Ben matured, Scott helped portray the character's growth from a fun-loving teenager into a responsible adult navigating life's challenges. Unlike many former child actors, he eventually stepped away from Hollywood and pursued an entirely different path. Presently, Eric Scott is 67 years old and has spent much of his adult life building a successful transportation and logistics business, proving that his accomplishments extended well beyond the entertainment world. Independent, strong-willed, and full of determination, Judy Norton grew up before America's eyes as Mary Ellen Walton, one of the most ambitious members of the Walton family. She was just 14 years old when she joined the cast, bringing youthful energy and authenticity to a character who evolved dramatically throughout the series. As Mary Ellen matured from a spirited teenager into a confident young woman pursuing a medical career, Norton handled the transition with remarkable ease. After the Waltons, she continued acting while expanding into directing, producing, and independent filmmaking. She also embraced stage work and various creative ventures beyond traditional television roles. Today, Judy Norton is 68 years old and continues developing projects behind the camera, demonstrating a commitment to storytelling that extends far beyond her years on Walton's Mountain. Curious, optimistic, and endlessly resourceful, David W. Harper made Jim Bob Walton a character viewers enjoyed watching grow from childhood into adulthood. At 11 years old when he became part of the series, Harper captured the dreams and ambitions of the youngest Walton son, giving the role a sincerity that resonated with audiences. Over the show's 9 seasons, Jim Bob's journey reflected the challenges and opportunities facing young Americans during a changing era. Unlike many child actors who pursued lifelong careers in entertainment, Harper gradually stepped away from the profession after a handful of later appearances. Currently, David W. Harper is 64 years old and has largely maintained a private life away from Hollywood, making him one of the more elusive members of the original cast. Reflective, thoughtful, and deeply personal in his storytelling, Earl Hamner Jr. provided the narration that became one of the Waltons' most distinctive features. He was 49 years old when he took on the role, lending the series an emotional authenticity rooted in his own experiences growing up in rural Virginia. Long before becoming the voice of the show, Hamner had established himself as an accomplished writer, contributing scripts to The Twilight Zone and other acclaimed productions. More importantly, he created the Waltons itself, transforming memories of his family and upbringing into one of television's most enduring dramas. Sadly, Earl Hamner Jr. passed away on March 24, 2016, at the age of 92 due to complications from cancer, leaving behind a remarkable legacy as both a writer and creator. Strong, dependable, and deeply compassionate, Ralph Waite became the heart of the Waltons through his portrayal of John Walton Sr., the hard-working patriarch who guided his family through both hardship and triumph. He was 44 years old when he took on the role, bringing a natural authority and quiet dignity that resonated with audiences across America. The performance earned him 3 Emmy nominations and helped establish one of television's most admired father figures. Long after the Waltons ended, Waite continued appearing in notable series including NCIS, Bones, and Days of Our Lives. Beyond acting, he also pursued politics and made several runs for public office in California. Sadly, Ralph Waite passed away on February 13, 2014, at the age of 85, leaving behind a legacy defined by wisdom, integrity, and humanity. Friendly, dependable, and full of small-town charm, Joe Conley brought warmth and authenticity to the role of Iconiic, the beloved store owner who became a familiar presence in Walton's Mountain. At 44 years old when he joined the cast, Conley drew from years of television experience to create a character who felt like a genuine member of the community. Unlike many actors who pursued leading roles, he excelled at portraying everyday people whose kindness and reliability anchored a story. Before finding fame on the Waltons, he worked extensively behind the scenes as a talent agent, helping manage the careers of numerous entertainers. Sadly, Joe Conley passed away on July 7, 2013, at the age of 85 after complications related to dementia, remembered for bringing a comforting sense of familiarity to generations of viewers. Graceful, resilient, and emotionally compelling, Michael Learned gave Olivia Walton a remarkable depth that helped define the emotional center of the Waltons. She was 33 years old when she joined the series, delivering a performance that balanced maternal strength with vulnerability and compassion. Her work earned widespread acclaim, including 4 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. While many viewers will always associate her with Olivia, Learned continued building an accomplished career on stage and television, appearing in productions ranging from nurse to general hospital. She also became an advocate for mental health awareness, speaking openly about her personal struggles and recovery. Today, Michael Learned is 87 years old and remains one of the most decorated actresses ever associated with classic family television. Warm, resilient, and deeply comforting, Ellen Corby brought the heart of the Walton household to life as Esther Walton, the family matriarch whose wisdom and strength guided generations. She was 61 years old when she took on the role, drawing from decades of experience in film and television to create one of the most recognizable grandmothers in television history. Corby's performance earned widespread acclaim, including multiple Emmy Awards, and helped make Esther a symbol of stability during the show's most emotional moments. Her dedication to the role was especially remarkable after suffering a serious stroke in 1976, which temporarily limited her mobility but did not end her involvement with the series. Sadly, Ellen Corby passed away on April 14, 1999, at the age of 87 from natural causes, leaving behind an enduring television legacy. Folksy, spirited, and full of conviction, Gere gave Grandpa Walton a warmth and authenticity that resonated with viewers from the very first episode. At 70 years old when he joined the cast, Gere brought a lifetime of experiences to the role, including careers as an actor, social activist, and folk musician. His portrayal blended humor, wisdom, and stubborn determination, making Grandpa one of the show's most beloved figures. Long before the Waltons, Gere had built a distinguished career on stage and screen, while also becoming known for his outspoken political activism. He later founded the Theatricum Botanicum in California, a theater company that continues operating today. Unfortunately, Gere passed away on April 22, 1978, at the age of 76 due to respiratory failure, but his cultural and artistic influence continues through the institution he created. Thoughtful, ambitious, and deeply relatable, Richard Thomas became the face of the Waltons through his portrayal of John Boy Walton, the aspiring writer whose journey mirrored many of the show's most meaningful themes. He was 21 years old when he brought the character to life, delivering a performance that connected strongly with audiences and earned him an Emmy Award early in the series' run. While John Boy made him a household name, Thomas refused to be defined by a single role. Over the following decades, he built an impressive body of work across television, film, and theater, including acclaimed appearances on Broadway and in numerous television dramas. Today, Richard Thomas is 75 years old and continues to perform regularly, demonstrating a commitment to his craft that has endured for more than half a century. Vivacious, outspoken, and full of personality, Ronnie Claire Edwards made Corabeth Godsey one of the most colorful characters in the Waltons. She was 42 years old when she joined the cast, bringing a lively energy that often provided a humorous contrast to the show's quieter moments. Corabeth's ambition, determination, and occasional social aspirations made her a memorable presence in Walton's Mountain. Beyond the series, Edwards built a long career across television, film, and theater, appearing in projects such as The Deadpool, In the Heat of the Night, and Roots. She also remained deeply involved in stage productions and was known for her passion for storytelling and the arts. Sadly, Ronnie Claire Edwards passed away on June 14, 2016, at the age of 83 from complications related to emphysema and pneumonia, concluding a career that spanned more than 5 decades. Kind-hearted, practical, and rich with homespun wisdom, Mary Jackson brought warmth and authenticity to the role of Emily Baldwin. At 62 years old when she stepped into the series, Jackson drew upon decades of experience to create a character who felt genuinely rooted in rural American life. Together with her sister Mamie, Emily became part of one of the show's most beloved friendships, adding humor and charm to many memorable episodes. Long before the Waltons, Jackson had established herself as a reliable character actress through extensive work in film, television, and radio. Her career stretched back to Hollywood's golden age, allowing her to witness remarkable changes across the entertainment industry. Unfortunately, Mary Jackson passed away on December 17, 2005, at the age of 95, leaving behind a remarkable legacy built over more than 6 decades in show business. Gentle, cheerful, and endlessly endearing, Helen Klebe brought a delightful spirit to the role of Mamie Baldwin. She was 65 years old when she became part of the cast, helping create one of television's most memorable sisterly duos alongside Mary Jackson's Emily Baldwin. Mamie's optimism and good nature often brightened the series, making her a welcome presence whenever she appeared. Klebe had spent many years honing her craft on stage before transitioning into television, where audiences came to recognize her from appearances in popular programs including The Andy Griffith Show, Dr. Kildare, and The Twilight Zone. Her extensive background in theater gave her performances a natural warmth and polish. Sadly, Helen Klebe passed away on December 28, 2003, at the age of 96, concluding a life devoted to acting, teaching, and the performing arts. Bright, independent, and full of youthful charm, Leslie Winston brought a lively presence to the role of Cindy Brunson Walton. She was 22 years old when she joined the cast, portraying the character with a natural warmth that fits seamlessly into the world of the Waltons. Although her time on the series was relatively brief, Winston made a memorable impression during an era when the show continued to expand its large ensemble of characters. Beyond the Waltons, she found additional success on television, most notably as part of the cast of the popular sitcom The Baileys of Balboa. While her acting career eventually became less active than some of her contemporaries, she remained connected to creative pursuits over the years. Today, Leslie Winston is 69 years old and enjoys a quieter life away from the spotlight that once defined much of her early career. Warm, practical, and wonderfully authentic, Peggy Ray brought a comforting presence to the role of Rose Burton. At 57 years old when she became part of the series, Ray drew upon decades of acting experience to create characters that felt genuine and familiar to audiences. Her approachable style made her a natural fit for family-oriented television, helping her connect with viewers across multiple generations. Many fans also remember her as Lulu Hogg on The Dukes of Hazzard, a role that showcased her gift for blending humor with heartfelt sincerity. Away from acting, Ray developed a passion for environmental causes and spent years advocating for conservation efforts. Sadly, Peggy Ray passed away on February 5, 2011, at the age of 89 from natural causes, leaving behind a television career that spanned nearly half a century. Steady, believable, and remarkably hard-working, Tom Bauer brought credibility to the role of Dr. Curtis Willard, drawing viewers in with his understated approach to performance. He was 37 years old when he took on the role, already building the foundation for what would become one of Hollywood's longest-running careers. Unlike many actors who relied on leading man status, Bauer became known for elevating supporting roles through careful attention to detail and realism. Over the following decades, he appeared in an extraordinary range of projects, including Die Hard 2, The X-Files, Justified, Lucky Hank, and numerous acclaimed films and television dramas. Even into his later years, he continued working with impressive consistency. Sadly, Tom Bauer passed away on May 30, 2024, at the age of 86, leaving behind more than 5 decades of memorable screen performances. Warm, motherly, and wonderfully authentic, Nora Marlowe brought a comforting presence to the role of Mrs. Flossie Brimmer. She was 58 years old when she joined the series, drawing upon decades of stage, film, and television experience to create a character who felt instantly familiar to viewers. Long before appearing on The Waltons, Marlowe had built a solid reputation through numerous television guest roles and memorable performances in both drama and comedy. Her ability to portray everyday people with sincerity made her a natural fit for the show's wholesome atmosphere. Unfortunately, Nora Marlowe's life was cut short only a few years later. She passed away on December 31, 1977, at the age of 62 following a battle with cancer, leaving behind a body of work that spanned more than 3 decades. Rugged, spirited, and full of frontier charm, Robert Donner brought plenty of personality to the role of Yancey Tucker. At 41 years old when he became part of the cast, Donner was already developing a reputation for portraying colorful characters who could be tough, humorous, and unpredictable all at once. Throughout his career, he became a familiar face across television, appearing in dozens of popular westerns and adventure series. Many viewers also remember him as the eccentric exciter from Mork and Mindy, a role that introduced him to a new generation of fans. Beyond acting, Donner was known for his passion for writing and storytelling. Sadly, Robert Donner passed away on June 8, 2006, at the age of 75 from complications related to atherosclerosis, concluding a career that lasted nearly half a century. Bright, energetic, and naturally likable, Keith Coogan appeared as Jeffrey Burton during his early years as a child actor. He was just 9 years old when he joined the series, gaining valuable experience in a production that introduced him to television audiences. As he grew older, Coogan successfully transitioned beyond childhood roles, something many young performers struggle to achieve. Movie fans may recognize him from popular films including Adventures in Babysitting, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and Toy Soldiers, where he became a familiar face to audiences during the 1980s and early 1990s. Today, Keith Coogan is 56 years old and remains active through podcasting, convention appearances, and projects celebrating classic television and film, while also preserving the legacy of Hollywood's famous Coogan family. Warm, resilient, and deeply authentic, Lynn Hamilton brought strength and compassion to the role of Verdie Grant Foster, creating a character who became an important part of the Waltons community. She was 43 years old when she joined the series, drawing upon years of stage and television experience to deliver performances filled with dignity and heart. Long before appearing on the Waltons, Hamilton had already built a successful career through guest roles on numerous television programs and later became especially well known for portraying Donna Harris on Sanford & Son. Her ability to bring wisdom and humanity to every role earned her lasting appreciation from audiences across generations. Sadly, Lynn Hamilton passed away on June 19, 2025, at the age of 95. Energetic, personable, and blessed with natural comic instincts, John Ritter brought an easy charm to the role of Reverend Matthew Fordwick. At just 24 years old when he became part of the cast, Ritter was still in the early stages of a career that would eventually make him one of television's biggest stars. While his appearance on the Waltons came years before widespread fame, it offered an early glimpse of the charisma that later captivated millions of viewers. He went on to achieve enormous success as Jack Tripper on Three's Company, earning an Emmy Award and establishing himself as one of the finest physical comedians of his generation. Unfortunately, John Ritter passed away on September 11, 2003, at the age of 54 due to an aortic dissection, only days before his 55th birthday. Refined, intelligent, and quietly engaging, Marie-Claire Costello brought warmth and credibility to the role of Miss Rosemary Hunter. She was 36 years old when she took on the part, adding a thoughtful presence that fit naturally within the series' heartfelt storytelling. Costello enjoyed a long and varied career across television, film, and theater, appearing in productions ranging from classic network dramas to major motion pictures. Many viewers also recognize her from Little House on the Prairie, where she portrayed Anna Craig, a role that introduced her to another generation of family drama audiences. Away from the screen, she remained active in theater and dedicated considerable time to teaching and mentoring aspiring performers. Today, Marie-Claire Costello is 90 years old and is recognized for a career defined by craftsmanship, consistency, and a lifelong commitment to the performing arts. Bright, thoughtful, and full of youthful curiosity, Cami Cotler charmed audiences as Elizabeth Walton, the youngest daughter of the Walton family. She was only 7 years old when she joined the cast, bringing a natural innocence that helped capture the spirit of childhood during the Great Depression. As the series progressed, viewers watched Elizabeth grow up alongside the rest of the family, making her journey especially meaningful to longtime fans. Unlike many child actors, Cotler eventually chose a different path. After spending years in entertainment, she dedicated much of her adult life to education, working as a teacher, school administrator, and educational leader. Today, Cami Cotler is 61 years old and is widely recognized for her commitment to learning, having spent decades helping shape the lives of students beyond the television screen. Warm, spirited, and wonderfully authentic, Mary Earle brought a sense of realism to the role of Maud Gormley. She was 83 years old when she appeared on the series, drawing upon a lifetime of experience to create a character that felt genuinely rooted in the community of Waltons Mountain. Unlike many performers who spent decades pursuing stardom, Earle's acting career began relatively late in life, making her success all the more remarkable. She became familiar to television audiences through appearances on several popular shows and was especially appreciated for portraying wise, down-to-earth older women. Unfortunately, Mary Earle passed away on November 14, 1984, at the age of 95 from natural causes, leaving behind an inspiring story of perseverance and late-life achievement. Folksy, dependable, and rich with character, Louis Arquette brought warmth and credibility to the role of Jefferson Davis, J.D. Pickett. He was 43 years old when he joined the cast, already building a reputation as a reliable performer capable of enhancing any ensemble. Throughout his career, Arquette appeared in dozens of television series and films, earning recognition for his ability to portray everyday people with sincerity and charm. Beyond his own accomplishments, he became the patriarch of one of Hollywood's most recognizable acting families, raising children who would go on to successful careers in entertainment, including Rosanna, Patricia, Richmond, Alexis, and David Arquette. Sadly, Louis Arquette passed away on February 10, 2001, at the age of 65 due to congestive heart failure, following a long battle with health complications. Rugged, dependable, and instantly believable, Wilford Brimley brought a quiet strength to the role of Horace Brimley. He was 40 years old when he joined the cast, delivering the kind of authentic, down-to-earth performance that would later become his trademark. At the time, Brimley was still building his screen career, but audiences quickly responded to his natural presence and everyman appeal. Over the following decades, he became a familiar face through memorable appearances in films such as Cocoon, The Natural, The Firm, and The Thing. Beyond acting, he was widely associated with public awareness campaigns about diabetes after being diagnosed with the condition himself. Sadly, Wilford Brimley passed away on August 1, 2020, at the age of 85 due to complications from kidney disease, leaving behind a career defined by authenticity and reliability. Confident, polished, and well-suited to dramatic storytelling, Robert S. Woods brought credibility and charm to the role of Dr. David Spencer. At just 28 years old when he took on the character, Woods was already establishing himself as a promising television actor with a strong command of both daytime and primetime roles. While many viewers recognize him from his work on this series, he would go on to enjoy his greatest success in the world of soap operas. Over the years, he became a familiar presence on programs such as One Life to Live and General Hospital, earning a loyal following among daytime television audiences. Today, Robert S. Woods is 78 years old and is best known for the longevity of his soap opera career, which spanned decades and included hundreds of television appearances. More than 5 decades after its debut, The Waltons continues to be remembered for its timeless lessons, unforgettable characters, and strong sense of family. Which cast member did you enjoy watching the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more classic television memories.